Okay, so today's conversation, we're going to talk about what is involved in picking a bushcraft knife and what people consider their perfect bushcraft knife or their ideal bushcraft knife. Um, this is by no means all the ones that I feel like fit that category, but this is just a few. So we're going to talk about them real quick. Uh, First off, Mora Bushcraft Black, one of my favorites. It has a Scandi grind. It's got a 90-degree spine on it for striking a ferro rod. You can actually get a spark off of it with chert or flint. It's the softness of the steel is such that you can actually throw a spark off of it into some char cloth and affect fire. It's got a very comfortable, ergonomic, rubberized handle in a number of grips. It's not full tang, but it comes down at least to maybe right around here. And you can rehandle this if something were to happen to the handle, God forbid. But you can actually rehandle this in the wild with some wood that you carved out yourself, set it with some pine resin or something like that, or pine pitch glue, and have it still be a usable tool. It's got a plastic sheath with a drain hole in the bottom of it, so you're not retaining moisture. This thing swivels, so it's almost like sort of functions like a dangler if you need to get in and out of a truck so it's not poking you. And these come in right around 30 to 35 bucks. I highly recommend these. Can't really go wrong with one of them. They're actually a great option. The next option up, for me anyway, is the Joker Trampero. This is a high flat grind and a Kephart style knife. It's got micarta handles, very comfortable micarta handles, some of my favorite actually. It's got a 90-degree spine for striking a ferro rod. It's got 14C 28N Sandvik stainless steel, but that high flat grind is going to come in real handy when you're doing food prep or you're doing any sort of fine work. When I use this thing, my finger just automatically goes right there when I'm doing detailed stuff, and when I'm not, that full grip that you can get on it is very nice. It's got a very generous handle, and the contours really lend themselves to spending a lot of time with it and not getting hand fatigue. So I really like this one a lot. It's got a nice thick leather sheath with a leather welt that you can use as a strop in a pinch and get your edge right back, get it back hair shaven sharp again. Comes with a dangler. You can take this off and just use it as a regular sheath, or keep this on there and use it as a dangler sheath. It's got a nice little carabiner on it. But for about 80 bucks, Joker is definitely a contender and one of my favorite bushcraft knife brands. Next up, this thing is a Cadillac of a knife. When you're talking about bushcraft stuff, I mean, look at this thing. It's a Kastrom SFK. That stands for Swedish Forest Knife. It's in Sleipner steel. It's got those nice curly birch handles, and these are stabilized. So I used to get nervous about it, about being rough on it, but with them being stabilized, you're probably not going to mess this wood up. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend beating on any knife, but it's a little bit easier to do with micarta or G10 or something like that. But you see handles this pretty, and you really don't want to mess them up. And I feel the same about this. Just the Scandi grind is excellent. This steel gets back shaven sharp in just a couple swipes on a leather strop, and you're right back to where you need to be. But look at the contours on that handle. It is absolutely comfortable. And a lot of people might look at this part where it sweeps down a little bit and think, oh, that's kind of weird. That might not be comfortable. It is extremely comfortable. It feels like it just melts into your hand. So you're going to pay a little bit more for a Castrom. These run 180, 150, 160, 200, somewhere in that range, depending on what you're getting, the size, the material. Comes with a great leather sheath. You can get a dangler for it separately, matching ferro rod, but they have different setups. Some of these don't have the ferro rod with them, but I mean, just an overall great package. If you're looking for a good, what's considered traditional bushcraft knife, I don't know if anybody's beating this thing. I mean, it is great. And last but not least, just in this lineup, the Jeff White Siberian Tundra knife. It's 1095 high carbon steel. It had I'm not even sure what you would call this grind. It's almost like a Scandivex grind because it's not super high up. It's like a Scandivex grind with a secondary bevel on it, is the best way I could describe it. It's a very thin steel on here, and honestly, the handle's a little bit small for my hands, but absolutely gorgeous. They make different knives with different size handles. This is the one I picked based on the blade shape, but hey, it works. It's been a good food prep knife so far. You can definitely throw sparks off the spine with some flint or some chert, as I have with this thing. It's got a great 90-degree spine on it. I used this in one of the ferro rod Blackbeard videos, and it just showered sparks off of it. But I really like the design a lot, and I don't think that I've gotten anything from Jeff White Bladesmiths or Bezalel that has not been a great product. Comes with a great leather sheath. You can get them with or without the leather sheath. It's going to take a little bit of money off the price, but I would highly recommend just going on and getting the leather sheath because it's. I mean, come on, look at that. That's beautiful. That is a great package. But when you're talking about a good bushcraft knife or a dedicated bushcraft knife, it doesn't have to be a certain grind like a Scandi grind or a high flat grind. It's whatever works for you. In my opinion, I like to have both. I like to have a high flat for food prep and detail work. I like to have a Scandi for woodwork and carving and stuff like that, and building, making things out of the environment around you. That's the combination I like to have, but it varies for whoever's doing bushcraft or dealing with those kind of knives. Me personally, these four right here, I feel like are excellent choices for anybody. You're not going to go wrong with any of them. It just depends on what you're trying to spend and what your personal preferences are as far as handle material, handle shape, blade grind, etc. So these are some options that I feel like anybody should take a look at if they're getting into it. But yeah, give them a look.